So we've had so many final words at this event, haven't we? So I'm going to keep it really brief. But the fantastic thing is that this event is incredibly timely. It's timely because there is a commitment for a new strategy for dementia, following on from the Prime Minister's Dementia Challenge of 2020. And we have a government that is committed to doubling dementia research funding. I think today has been a bit of a Donald Rumsfeld moment for dementia care research. I think we've all shared some known knowns. We've probably all had some unknown unknowns, but they've all been different for all of us. And I think our challenge as a community is how we actually join up our knowledge across the board. So we've had some key messages, I think, for funders and policymakers. So we've talked about the importance, for instance, of ensuring that carers don't get neglected in the research agenda, that underserved groups don't get neglected in the research agenda. There are still residual issues in the system, like excess treatment costs for research within social care, still concerns about ethics and governance for research, concerns about access to data, but quite a lot of positivity about opportunities around research platforms. Many people have talked about the challenge of getting evidence into practice, or even being aware of the evidence that is available already, as well as having clear mechanisms to identify the gaps in evidence. I think we'll probably all remember the phrase of going from parochial to cosmopolitan. Although I think I would reframe that for NIHR as from local to coastal towns and to rural areas, which we feel aren't getting their full whack of attention at the moment. We saw a really interesting slide about the number of people with dementia who have comorbidities. So I think the data was that only 5 people with a dementia diagnosis don't have a comorbidity. Now, many of you will be aware that all the big funders are committed to significant investment in research into multimorbidities or multiple long-term conditions. We heard from Louise Robinson about the plethora of infrastructure and funding programs and so on that are available, but are not as well joined up as they could be. So I know the research funders here who've organised today are absolutely committed to continuing on this journey with you. You know, we have got convening power, we can provide neutral convening power. We've got opportunities to address barriers. But you guys are the thought leaders. That's why we arranged today, was to bring thought leaders who have got different lenses on the challenge of dementia care research. So we look to you to continue to engage with each other and to share and to bring your thoughts to us as research funders. Because we work also with the life sciences industry, with other charities like Alzheimer's Research, and with other components of UK research and innovation who will bring in multidisciplinary researchers into this area. So I just want to finish by thanking you all for making the time to come today and for staying and for engaging so well in the discussions and obeying Alistair when he was corralling you. Also to thank my colleagues who've organised today's event in Alzheimer's Society, in ESRC and NIHR. But then my final reflection and comment is about James Pickett. James, you have made a massive contribution to the sector, and I just want to pay tribute to you on behalf of the department and NIHR for the tremendous champion you have been for people with dementia. I know the Alzheimer's Society is going to miss you a load. We are, I'm sure the community as a whole is, and I think perhaps if I can invite people to just join in a round of applause to say thanks to James.